Why was Mugwa's cradle the Bonekin's home? It is such a sacred place.
The chieftain thinks it was wrong to live in such a place? But he knows as well as Cabrax that Urgarth offers little welcome to a tribe of trolls in these times. By the Holy Hide, their choices are few.
That is right enough. But why Mugwa's cradle?
The Bonekin have a solemn duty to serve Mugwa. It is her will that they protect her shrine and treat it with the respect it deserves.
Have the Bonekin never questioned Chieftain Cabrax? Akrog would not blame them for being afraid of bringing enemies to a sacred place.
By the Holy Hide, of course. The faith of the Bonekin runs deep, and many have been worried for the safety of the shrine. When Cabrax explained how Mugwa had brought the tribe to that place, they became calm. If it is the will of Mugwa that the time of trolls is coming to an end, so be it. The Bonekin have made their peace with that. Most of them, anyway.
This is where the Moonkin and the Bonekin differ. The Moonkin have faith in Mugwa, it is true, but they also have faith in themselves.
And they have faith in the chieftain?
Akrog hopes so. Akrog has to believe so. But he will never stop trying to earn that faith. Just like he will never stop trying to save his tribe.
Chieftain Akrog has the right to choose his own path. But by the Holy Hide, he should remember there is more than one way to be saved.
Those bones Chieftain Cabrax wears, can they tell him the future?
Not in the way that Chieftain Akrog might be thinking. When Cabrax throws the bones and reads their patterns, they do not show him exactly what is to come. No. Instead, they help Cabrax decide which of the paths that lay before him is the right one for the Bonekin.
Such guidance sounds valuable enough. How reads Cabrax the patterns?
It is hard to explain to an outsider. Cabrax spent many moons studying the power of these bones. If Cabrax were to throw them now, Chieftain Akrog would just see a mess on the ground. Cabrax would see a face, a weapon, or maybe an iron beak. These symbols hold great meaning for the Bonekin.
All right, Akrog must ask. With so much wisdom at their fingertips, how have the Bonekin ended up like this?
Such a question by the Holy Hide. Ah, the wisdom to follow the right path is a true gift. But the right path leads not always to happiness and freedom. The Bonekin walk the path that Mugwa has chosen for them, wherever it may lead. And Cabrax can only consult the bones about the choices he knows he has to make. The future holds surprises for us all, even the Bonekin.
So, Chieftain Cabrax and the Bonekin have been through a lot. Are they recovering?
By the Holy Hide, it has been tough. Tough. Cabrax believed Mugwa could see him through any ordeal, but these last few moons have tested him, and his tribe. Cabrax hopes Mugwa will reward her trolls with some peace. At last.
If the Bonekin want peace, Akrog is not sure they came to the right place.
Cabrax understands. But peace takes many forms, Chieftain Akrog. When those cursed greenskins tried to shame Cabrax, he found the peace of Mugwa inside his mind. They treated Cabrax and his tribe like beasts. The Bonekin were filthy, starving, exhausted, Only our inner peace saved us from becoming beasts.
That is an interesting and strange way to see it.
Not strange at all. The path of a chieftain is never clear, but Cabrax has some help. Whenever he is in doubt, Cabrax consults the bones. They tell him which path to take through the power of Mugwar.
And what told the bones Chieftain Cabrax when he was trapped by the Greenskins?
That Cabrax need not fear. And by the Holy Hide, that was all he needed to know.
More praise. A nice day. You wonder what next? He glad to be useful. Well, Akrog must leave Cabrax for now. There is much to be done.
Of course. Of course.
Is Chieftain Cabrax keeping well?
Well enough. Well enough. In spite of this cursed place. What wants the chieftain?
Well, Akrog must leave Cabrax for now. There is much to be done.
Of course. Of course.
This looks interesting.
One of the Bonekin tribe, no?
It is true, Chieftain Akrog. Pelag is grateful to be here.
Pelag seems a little more relaxed than his kin were when Akrog found them.
They must have been filled with the blood sight at the time.
The blood sight? That makes sense.
Pelag hopes the chieftain thought not that his kin were being rude.
Far from it. Akrog was impressed by their focus.
It is a blessing from Mugwar. Can Pelag help the chieftain with something?
So, is it true that Pelag drinks blood before fighting his enemies?
Pelag drinks the blood. It is true. It fills him with the power of blood sight. It helps him kill many more enemies.
Akrog is curious. How feels Pelag when he goes into battle with that power?
How feels it? Pelag is not sure if he can describe the full truth of it. Perhaps one day the chieftain will experience it for himself.
Akrog admits he is curious. The idea of letting his body be taken over by such holy powers is a little frightening, and yet, would it make Akrog a better warrior?
Pelag hears that the chieftain is already a strong and clever warrior, so it is hard to say. The blood sight completely empties the Troll's mind, so he can focus solely on victory. No feelings of doubt or fear. Pelag cannot usually remember the battle afterwards, and it takes a long time for him to notice any wounds. It is freeing.
Perhaps if Akrog was not chieftain, he would take the chance. But the time for such freedom has passed. The Moonkin needs Akrog to be in control, and he will do his duty.
It is a shame, but Pelag knows what the chieftain has promised to his tribe. Every troll has his own duty, but maybe some moons from now, when the trolls have won their freedom, the chieftain can take a day off from duty.
Such freedom is worth striving for. All trolls need a dream like that.
May it not be a dream for long, if Mugwar is willing.
Akrog was wondering, whose blood do the Bonekin drink?
There are a few trolls in Pelag's tribe who have been chosen by Mugwar as vessels. Those trolls offer up their blood whenever Pelag and the other warriors need it. The Bonekin's warriors are grateful for any blood they can get, But the truest bloodsight comes from the blood of the newly dead.
Even if the dead suffer with a blood rot?
The Bonekin suffer not from the blood rot, Mugwar be praised. But he wonders if only Peleg could taste the blood of Noag, the moon blood.
No drop of Noag's blood will be spilled. Little blood is too important to the Moonkin, to all trolls.
Chieftain, his blood would not go to waste. Far from it. The bloodsight from Noag could be just what the Moonkin and Bonekin trolls need to defeat their enemies. If Peleg could just try a drop or two.
Peleg will stay away from Little Blood. Akrog swore to keep him safe, and he will honor his promise. Peleg and his fellow warriors will have to find another way.
As the chieftain wishes. Peleg hopes he will not regret his choice.
Akrog must apologize to Peleg, to all the trolls in his tribe. Akrog feels he brought the enemy into the home of the Bonekin.
Peleg cannot speak for every Bonekin, but he blames not the chieftain. It was a time of great sadness for the Moonkin, and Peleg knows how such rituals can lessen the pain of loss and despair. The chieftain had no choice.
Perhaps Peleg is right, but Akrog still feels a heavy guilt. Did Peleg suffer greatly at the hands of the Greenskins?
Not as much as the others. Peleg stayed calm, spent the time in silent prayer, resisted the urge to crush his guards. It would only have made things worse for the other Bonekin.
Such quiet strength also has great value. Akrog is glad that Peleg came with the Moonkin. They are safer together.
Peleg hopes his tribe made the right decision. Maybe he should have gone after those filthy greenskins. But he should not give in to anger.
Peleg may yet get his chance for revenge. For now, he should be patient.
Peleg will try his best, but he can only pray for so long.
It is time for Akrog to go.
Peleg thanks the chieftain for talking with him.
Chieftain, Zeramak speak to pig and its same blood. Good scrappers they are, real good.
Zeramak minds not working with them, then.
Ah, well, it true that Zeramak not good enough, no? And if Moonkin have better weapons when hunters attack, Slig may be still alive. So, it true, Zeramak happy working with them. He do his best.
Akrog is glad to hear that. Zeramak must shape something.
What now? More trouble? Grungwa is here. Can Zaska help? What is that?
Chieftain, good of him to come by. Zeramak needs something to tell.
Zeramak said he needs something. What is it?
It's true. Zeramak no Akrog like be short, so Zeramak be short. Moonkin need more scrap for good weapons. Hexed scrap. That is nothing new, is it? The Moonkin always need scrap. True, but Zeramak asked Anug's eyes to look for a place where extra much hexed scrap is, and Iparg find. It's south of Tribe Camp, in Big Temple Thing Ruin. Zeramak no chieftain very busy keeping tribe safe, but maybe when march again that way, they can stop and see?
A ruin, Zeramak said. What kind? Greenskins? Brittle bones?
Brittle bones, Zeramak think. Like this one. Hibernian, then.
Hexed weapons are very valuable, even to brittle bones. What are they doing just lying around in the jungle?
Well, Zeramak know not. But the eyes say something about fog and dead brittle bones nearby. So it probably, what the word?
Guarded by something nasty?
That maybe. No, not likely.
Grungwa was about to say something. He should speak his mind.
Just a thought, chieftain. Not important.
Speak true.
It is just the treasures in the jungle. It reminded Grungwa of something. Probably just a story told around the campfire.
All right. Akrog will see if they can find the time somehow.
Zeramak hope they will. Zeramak almost out of hexed scrap for mighty crush sticks. Bad.
Bad indeed. Well, if Akrog passes that way, he will take a look at that ruin.
Good. Very good. Zeramak, wait here and keep scrapping then.
Do that. Akrog needs to go now. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Sharp tusks, thick hide. Oh, lots of scrap, chieftain.
What is that?
What is his troll ship's command?
Akrog needs something from them. If they can stop arguing.
Well, oh, how incredibly amusing, Arthur. What do you need, Sir Troll?
This looks interesting.
Chieftain Akrog, good to see you back with all limbs attached. I've already learned of what Nurbok did. A true shame. I know how much betrayal hurts.
Nurbok's selfish. He put himself before tribe. Troll never do. The tribe for the blood.
The blood for the tribe. I know, you've taken your brother's teachings quite to heart. It's definitely a welcome development to see the Moonblood live up to his true potential. If only the same thing could be said about the Chainers learning the location of our little hideout and striking a bargain with the Tusk Hunters. Any idea how much time we have left?
Hard to say. But Anuk thinks no more than 7 sunups, maybe 10.
Claws. Well, the clock is ticking.
What makes the stranger of this? The Chainers and the Hunters striking a pact.
What do I make of this? It's certainly pragmatic. I would have never expected to see elves and orcs working together. But apparently the prospect of riches moves even the largest mountains.
Apparently it does. Zazka remembers the stranger telling him he has been to the Mirror 34. With the Bonekin there to help, thinks the stranger the Moonkin could...
Beat the big Chainer horde and the Tusk Hunters together? Without the Field Dog, no chance. They are in the high thousands, with the best siege machinery and warriors coin can buy. And unless there's something I'm not seeing, the Bonekin and the Moonkin together are merely a few hundred.
The stranger speaks true. At this point, Zarek's cub is their only chance.
Probably. Maybe the Moonkin should flee. Leave the cub here and hide somewhere in the jungle.
That is a bad idea, Trusted One. The Chainers and the Hunters have great trackers. They will find us one way or the other.
Zaska speaks true. Not to mention that they would take the rot and the hunger with them, no matter where they go. There was a time for that decision, but it is long past. As much as Grunwar wishes it were different.
I'm biased, but I agree. We have committed to this battle, Chieftain. The only thing we can do now is see it through.
Before they will speak about anything else, the stranger will tell Akrog where he went. He should not have left the tribe camp without letting him know.
I'm not your prisoner, Chieftain Akrog. Let me be very clear on that. That said, yes, I probably should have informed you. As for where I went, I meant to bring this up anyway. I found a lead on our mystery goddess. A little Hibernian shrine not far from here. And I'm happy to say I believe I finally have a theory on her identity. I believe the masked goddess represents Tiara's eclipse aspect.
Eclipse aspect?
Yes. As you probably know, Tiara represents vigor, strength, and the sun. Those are the aspects most people associate with her and what she is worshipped for. However, she also has a clandestine side, one that is barely known and only surfaces on rare occasions. Like an eclipse. It seems like the Tiaran clergy have done all they could to keep this side of her a secret, which is why so little is known about her, and most references to her are extremely vague. But that one tome I found erased my last doubts. The masked goddess is no less than the secret side of Tiara. Her eclipse.
But why would the Brittlebones keep this a secret, even among themselves?
That's the big question, isn't it? My personal theory is that she draws strength from this secrecy. Just like how Zarek draws strength whenever there is a battle, and Hirin when he guides the dead into the River of Souls. It would fit perfectly with what I believe to be her aspects.
So how can the Moonkin open her portal?
Well, here is where it gets tricky. The Hibernian document was written in shaperglyphs, probably as an additional safety measure. However, I believe I have deciphered them. Her aspects are time, dreams, and mystery.
When Grunwar read the Nexus words, he said that Hirin is the guardian god of dreams.
He is. But the way I understand it, Hirin's domain is literal dreams. Whereas for the masked goddess, the word is used metaphorically.
Meta what?
Symbolic. Like the bond of trust your kind strikes between each other. For example, if a human boy or girl yearns to become a great warrior, then that would be a dream, like the ones the masked goddess represents. Positive longing, you could say.
That makes sense. The masked goddess controls time. That sounds powerful.
Yes, but I'm not sure whether she controls it or just represents an element of it. As I said, the glyphs are hard to read. However, if the masked goddess magic was used in this temple, it would certainly explain the many time windows and fractures here.
And Zarek's cub makes them even stronger. The stranger could be right.
Time, dreams, and mystery. And has the stranger already thought about which echo the Moonkin should go after?
I have. I believe our best bet is mystery and its echo of knowledge. I also have an idea where we could find it. In the scale of an elder dragon.
Dragon? Big lizard?
Yes. Except for the Guardians and the Renegades themselves, no creature on Io has seen or experienced as much as an elder. Just one scale holds more knowledge than 100 scholars.
But why not try something else first? Like the Brittlebone books here.
Because I already tried that. We might as well attempt to fill an ocean with dewdrops. We need something bigger, something more powerful. And, unless I'm grossly mistaken, a dragon scale will do the trick.
Grunwa agrees. Dragons live for hundreds of thousands of moons. If there is a totem of knowledge, then it is them.
So they must find an elder dragon. Fine. Akrog will speak to Anok about this.
A sound plan. Though all that won't help us if we don't manage to find the echo for Nihal's portal, too.
They did. This helmet here. Look.
Wait. Isn't this
Just look.
Fine. Yes, there is definitely an echo in there, but it's fickle. I don't know how else to describe it. I will take a look at this, but it may take a while.
All right. Then Akrog will speak to Anok in the meantime.
Let Akrog see.
Chieftain Akrog?
He asked Akrog to look out for traces of the sacred seal and the masked goddess. Akrog found something.
Let me take a look. Well, the plot thickens. This is enough to keep me busy for a short while, but do bring me anything else you find.
Akrog will see what he can find. Akrog found an echo. Can the stranger take a look?
at this.
What is his troll ship's command?
Akrog needs something from them. If they can stop arguing for a moment.
Well, I'm good to go. It's Wilbur who just won't stop howling. Or squeaking, that is.
Oh, how incredibly amusing, Arthur. What do you need, Sir Troll?
What should he do?
What can he do for the tribe? Ready for action. Go on here. Can a troll not rest for a moment? What is needed of him? At his service.
already.